touchdown. It's a Patriots sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This is White on the screen. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Tua on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Now Tua. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua looking for the end zone.
And, that will get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
On play action, here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now this complete to Polk.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And they'll run the toss here with Stevenson. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely...
And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Still going.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Ramondre Stevenson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Patriots are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Tua going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
In motion, Hill. On play action, they'll throw.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Jones. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Patriots take over.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Here's May. He'll find a man over the middle. Tutu Atwell.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll throw with May.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll try and throw for it with May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Throwing here is May.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw, it's May.
Fighting through pressure.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, May. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They're going on 4th down. May. That is caught.
And he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. That one caught by Polk.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
At the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Stevenson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And the drive starts with a run from Achane.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Miami.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Again, it's Achane. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Patriots now down by 15. 1:44 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. His throw incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They go play action now. May. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. To the air, May. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Miami set to take over. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Miami, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Texans and the Dolphins, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Now Brown. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Here's a 2nd and 8. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Pierce now up the middle. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
The Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill set to take over once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Out of the gun on third down. Here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On play action, here's Tua. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. first down. Here's White.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Tua.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Tyreek Hill's got another one.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sanders on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And 2 field goals now mean they take a rare 6-2 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Stroud to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Throw caught by Achane.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead.
And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The Texans at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Stroud will look to throw once more. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Stroud working out of the gun.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Hill on the return. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run straight ahead here with White. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Tua going to throw.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. And here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Stroud. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Tua. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, an interception-free zone. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Now Stroud.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here goes Stroud again.
And Diggs has it. And still fighting.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Final play of the half, Stroud.
And it's caught. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Browns who were able to steal one on the road. The Browns with a much-needed win to keep their season afloat as they push their record to 2-4 with the win. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Breece Hall, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. It was a strong first half from the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
First and 10, it's Pierce. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it. On a slant, here's Collins.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
To throw again on second down. Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Traylon Burks.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans have cut it back within a score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just...
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs.
Play is under
I think they're
review.
going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this run.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down.
In motion, Hill. On play action, here's Tua.
Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stroud.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Offense.
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
3rd and 2.
Looking to pass. Tua. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And they'll send Waddle in motion left. Achane gets it from the gun.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Tua.
Tucker hauls it in over the middle.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And Stroud now to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Stroud looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw again.
That's caught again by Schultz.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Stroud will look to throw once more. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Traylon Burks
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Texans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So now here come the Dolphins.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
Out almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
Stroud.
Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a two-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.